Hello friends, now this is the remaining of the democratic government from the chapter social science for class 6 students. That is, democratic governments in our time are usually referred to as representative democracies. The representative democracies, people do not participate directly but instead choose their representatives through an election process. This representative meet and make decisions for the entire population. These days, a government cannot call itself democratic unless it allows what is known as universal adult franchise. This means that all adults in the country are allowed to vote. So, in our democratic system, we vote and choose our leader. The majority political party will choose their leader. So indirectly we are involved ourselves in choosing our leader. This is called adult franchise, which is a major thing in democratic government. But it was not always like this. The present thing is not same as in past. Can you believe that there was a time when government did not allow women, the poor to participate in elections? In their earliest forms, governments allowed only men who owned property and were educated to vote. This means that women, the poor, the propertyless, and the uneducated were not allowed to vote. This country was governed by the rules and regulations that these law men made. So these law were man-made, where poor and women are not allowed to participate in the voting system. In India, before independence, only a small minority was allowed to vote, and they therefore came together to determine the fate of the majority. Several people, including Gandhiji, were shocked at the unfairness of this practice and demanded that all adults have the right to vote. This is known as universal adult franchise. In universal adult franchise, at age of 18, all can have the right to give vote, and before the government, every people, women, poor, men, can give the vote. This is known as universal adult franchise. Writing in the journal Young India, that is Young India, in 1931, Gandhiji said, "I can't possibly bear the idea that a man who has got wealth should get the vote, but a man who has got character but no wealth or literacy should have no vote, or that a man who honestly works by the sweat of his brow day in and the day out should not have the vote for the crime of being a poor man." So this is all about the democratic government. Now here is another things about the voting for women. That is, now where in the world have governments willingly shared power all over Europe and USA, women and the poor have had to fight for participation in government. Women struggle to vote got strengthened during First World War. This movement is called women's suffrage movement, as the term suffrage usually means right to vote. After First World War, women are struggle for their rights and right to vote, right for equality with the men. During the war, many men were away fighting, and because of this, women were called upon to do the work that was earlier considered men's work. Due to that fighting, many vacancies are created which were filled by the women. By this, women can develop their social and economic status. Many women began raising and managing different kinds of work. When people saw this, they began to wonder. Many women began organizing and managing different kinds of work. When people saw this, they began to wonder why they had created so many unfair stereotypes about women and what they were capable of doing. So women began to be seen as being equally capable of making decisions. So this after First World War, women, this employment facility created awareness among the women. They were fight for their equality and right to vote. The suffragettes demanded the right to vote for all women, and to get their demands heard, they chained themselves to railing in public places. Many suffragettes were imprisoned and went on hunger strikes, and they had to be fed by force. American women got the right to vote in 1920, while women in UK got vote on the same terms as men some years later, 1928. So in every country, women has to fight for the right of equality, and changes are not came in one day. This is the whole story about the right for vote, right of vote for women. Thank you friends for watching. This is all about the chapter, that is what is government. Now we have some idea about the government. That is two types of government are discussed here, that is monarchies and democracies. Democracies is based on the adult franchising. So before democracy, all men and women are similar or same. Thank you friends for watching. This is all about the chapter, that is what is government. Bye.